Hello and welcome back to Derail Valley. Thank you very much for joining me in today's video. And it is a little dark outside at present, so I've decided to light up a lantern. I could use a torch, but a lantern just looks a little bit nicer. Anyway, why am I outside this time instead of indoors? Well, last time out I was shunting, doing some shunting. In fact, over to the left-hand side, if you look right over in the left, just above one of the buffers for this wagon that is nearest to me, you will see my little engine. It isn't that little, it's just perspective, of course, and I was using that to do some shunting in and around this particular yard. Now, there was a job that I wished to take. That job is right in front of you, those hopper wagons that you see in the distance. You may also notice that in front of those hopper wagons there are some state cars, and they have some wood battens on them, or posts, whatever you want to call them. The problem with that is it's not part of the job I want to take. Now you might be thinking, well, just go around and take it from the other side, which I can. I can go and take this job from the south, which is the other side of this particular yard, or I can take it north, and both will lead in the same direction. A small problem. There is something else I've dumped on the south side, which is also blocking this job in. So in today's video, I am going to be taking this job, but before I take the job, I'm going to have to try and figure out how to move these block trains and where to put them, or block locomotives and where to put them. So make sure you stay tuned. Let's get started. The job itself, if I bring it up in the dark, is that one. It may take 1 or 2 videos depending on what happens with actually moving this around. So yes, if it does take 2 videos, I'll obviously just cut it when it is appropriate. So make sure you stay tuned. Let's get started. And just in case we do want a torch, there you go. Problem with the torch is I cannot make it dimmer or bright, and it certainly isn't like a mag light. Other brands are available where you can actually change the beam, the size of the beam and the brightness, which is just a little annoying. Although I suppose if I do that and walk around like that, it just all looks lit up, but I don't know. Anyway, yes, make sure you stay tuned and let's get started. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is probably open these windows just to get a bit of sound. I'm going to get this out, get this moving. Let's get this train up and running. Okay, now this train is quite loud. Maybe open up that window and that will do. Try and remember these controls. There they are. Perfect. And just get this train over to that over there, so that I can. I need some interior lights here, so that I can pull it out the way. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to dump it onto the next siding. I think that's probably the best option at this point in time. It may come back to bite me later, because I might end up barreling through here and oh look, that's a empty track, and just smash straight into that. But I'm hoping that it just decides to despawn it. I'm making use of the fact that Derail Valley, unless you put a mod on, does not have persistent jobs. Now, going out to the north is perhaps not the fastest route, but the reason I'm doing that is because I've not ever gone north towards the city, so I want to see what I can actually do with that. Stop. Train stop. Right, let's just double check. Make sure, so it's this one I want. And that should back me up it all the way. Good. Right. Back we go. No, that's not it. That one. Now, admittedly, I have no lights here at the present, but that's fine. And also, once we get to our destination, I am going to have to top up fuel and probably oil and all of that kind of stuff. Yeah, now I have a light. But yes, all I have to do is back into that, pull it out of the way, and that will be that. I'm not even going to, in all honesty, I'm not even going to bother. What would happen if... No, that is the brightest of lights. I'm not even going to bother tying up the brake lines. This locomotive should be able to do it. All I've got to do is pull it, and then I'll pull it out slowly up to about there, then push, and then use the handbrakes on the individual cars to... Yes, I'll use the handbrakes on the individual cars to stop the train. There we go, that's connected. Or I say connected, it's not quite hooked up yet, but let's just quickly hook this up. And I'm doing this at night because that way in the morning we'll get to... I need to ensure that the handbrake is off on this. We'll get to actually drive through the morning towards the goods factory in town. That is why I'm doing this. Although I suppose... Come on. What is on? There we go, we are moving. Good. Oh, something is... Not you. Not you. I thought Oh, I know what it is. I know exactly what it is. I guess I am going to have to put these on. Can I bleed the brakes out like that? I have no idea. No, I'm going to have to connect this, aren't I? Connects it up. Connects it up. There you go. That was a bit strange, but I think the brakes were pressurised and therefore jammed on, which is annoying. I can go ahead and grab a picture just to kind of show what kind of situation I'm in. It's a little... Let's try and do this. There we go, that sort of gives an idea of how stuck I might be. Probably not a good picture, but there we go. Where is it? Photo mode, there we are. Am I going to get in trouble for ruining those brakes? I have no idea. Well, I suppose I might as well use the train brakes now, since I have them. And that is clear. So now all I'm going to do is just push this train. This locomotive does not have very good power when it comes to moving a train or... Come on. Back you go. Yes, this locomotive does not have the greatest power. And now what I'm going to do is, hopefully this works. Come on. Oh no. That's not what that was a mistake. I know what I was trying to do, and I did it in the wrong order. What I was supposed to do was get that pushed back. Right. Get that pushing back. Let's try this again. I've done this before and I know it works. That should let it keep going. Disconnect. You on the brakes. Right, we're going to let that roll. And then once that rolls past that, all I'm going to do is let that continue rolling, let that continue rolling. I've done this at the wrong speed, but it's fine. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Alright, you're clear. And then you just keep rolling back. So you're ready to... You'll be ready to go over there. You should be able to clear this whilst you're rolling back into that consist. Just a little bit more. Do I have brakes on this? No. It just takes a while for that to get moving. Okay. That looks good. In fact, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the job. Let's do that. Right. I now have the job. I'm now leaning to the side. I'm now going to apply the handbrake on the middle one of that. And let's go ahead and get this hooked up, and away we go. So, the 108 minutes starts now. Which I really shouldn't be worried about because I've got plenty of time. Now there isn't, if there was a logistics hall going this way as well, I would have potentially taken that. But unfortunately there isn't. Okay. Perfect. And we'll get the brakes. Okay, we'll get this hooked up, I suppose. No. Crouch. There we are. Let's get the brakes going on this. Alright, hook that up then. Good. Oh, and the handbrakes on these are here. That one was the one with the handbrake. I'll check all the way down the end though. See, that is the other thing that I got stuck. Yeah, no other handbrakes. End of train. Lantern goes on because that's important. And we are good to go. I would say that's just in case I need to. I'm going to take another picture. Oh, that's a bit... No, zoom out. Zoom out. Out, thank you. Oh, lovely purple flowers again. There we are. So we'll go ahead and take that as a picture. I'm probably not going to take that many more today, if any. Pop that in forward. Make sure all brakes are released. Quick 2 to the horn. Horn. Probably close that. Close that too because it is a little loud. They need to get the right sound working on this. Although I suppose I could leave it open because I tend to apply compression to this. Right, so I guess I could sit like that the entire time. Oh, no, apparently I want to look at the back. That keeps happening to me. So I'm a little too high up. Now, checking the route map. Before I check the route map, lantern. Place the lantern there, please. That gives me a lovely amount of light. It's a bit too much light. Oh, I've put the lantern out. Oh no, I've jumped out the train. Oh, this is going well. That's what I want to do first. And now I need to try and light the lantern again. Just you sit there. There's the lighter. There we are. Okay, good. Now it's a little bit bright, as I said. I'll put it down to that. Okay. Now I need to have a look at, not my order, but my route. We're going to goods factory in town. So we are going this way, so I need to be going left there. Sorry, right there. Left there, that's fine. Right there. Left there. That one should be fine. That needs to be a left. That needs to be a right. All of that is checked, so we are good to go on that front. Now at this point I am just coasting because we are going downhill. We're in a 60, which should be slowing down fairly quickly back down to a 40, if not less. I've already taken 5 minutes, which is a bit poor. Let's see how quickly I can do this. So getting to the goods factory in town is my sole goal at the moment. We'll use the dynamic brake just to hold us at 40. And this time I'm going to be watching the temperature of the hydraulics. So yes, definitely going to be watching that. I suppose I could just switch on all the lights if I wanted to, but it does make it a little bit harder to see outside. Up to 50. Just let the train increase in speed. This isn't a long train, so I know I can increase speed fairly quickly. This is a relatively short train compared to what I have been taking. And the thing I've got to be wary of is tighter corners coming up. So I'll probably try to stick to around 40. Trying to look for that speed. Yeah, that's 40. There we go. Thought so. This is probably the slowest we'll be doing at any point until the goods yard itself. There is a section that will be coming up that I will be going flat out in. That says 30. Right. So for that, I'm going to slow down even further. And of course, dynamic brakes are not quite as effective at low speeds. But that's okay. We are now doing 30, which is definitely the slowest we'll be doing in this on this journey. We've got that corner coming up. Now, if I have a look at the world map, you can see we've already made some pretty good progress. We've got through the windy bits. the majority of the windy bits. This could be a really slow corner. Apart from that, all of these corners will be fine. That's going to be about 90 plus. I think we should be okay with the speed we're going around these corners. Check the back of the train. Yeah, it's fine. And we've got a 60 and a further increase, so I suppose at this point I might as well put some throttle in. Although again, I know I'm going to have to slow down. This is rather loud in my ear though, so I'm just going to put the volume down for myself. So at 50, and that's a 60 into a 40. Well, that's a bit awkward. I barely got to 60, I got to 40, and now I'm back down to a 40. I didn't even get to the 60. What a shame. Now, some more bug fixes have been done to Derail Valley since I last played, so that's great. The fact that they are actually doing that is really quite good. Keep going at 40. I know for a fact that turn coming up is probably slower than that. I know for a fact that this is probably slower. Those two, that does not work. I shall make an assumption without any knowledge of the situation that it is going to be a slower than 40 turn. Oh, this is actually taking a bit to brake. Sun has come up, so I'm going to get rid of the there you go, 30 and 20, told you. Brake, and brake hard. There we are. So I am going to get rid of the lantern. Not necessary. And now we are in the faster. We're in the faster sections. So we're 80 going into a 50, which is fine. And now to double check the routing. Yes, we're entering the faster sections now. So at this point, I think I should not have to slow down below 50. However, I am slightly concerned about a couple of things. One is going to be oil well central. Want to make sure it's clear through it. Yes and yes. Yes and yes, okay. And then the farm is the next one. I need to make sure it's clear through. It's not the farm, is it? Double check that. No, it is the farm. That's not it, that's not it. What's am I looking for? There it is. So that is correct, that is correct. Go to B. Yes and yes. Which way am I going? I did not realise this was a 30. Am I going the right way? Okay, I'll stand corrected. And that is correct. Good. We'll sort out the goods factory one when we are closer to the goods factory. Just double checking I am going the right way. I am. Why is that so slow? Oh well. 10 minutes into the journey and we are, I would say, nearly halfway there. Now, right, here we go. I think it's about time we push this a little. Probably turn. No, I'll leave that on. 70, and as I said, this should be fairly fast through all of this. In fact, I guess at this point in time, I could look at what my destination is supposed to be. D5I. D5I, okay. Goods factory. 60. Uh-oh. Well, that was... This is trouble. Get inside. I keep pressing F instead of G. That's the issue. No idea where... Where is it that I'm going? No, we're fine. 50, that's fine. So that's the oil well. Now we're coming up to the farm. Wind up everyone on the farm? Sure. Here we go. That's a lot of tank cars for the farm. I think that's oil, actually. This is the oil well, not the farm. The farm is up ahead. There's the farm. As I say, that is a lot of tank cars for a farm. It isn't. Also, the oil well is very close to the farm. So we'll continue through at 50 because the farm is also going to be 50. In the meantime, it was a D5I, wasn't it? Now that's a lantern. D5I. So we will be... We are going to be coming in from section B. So I would like to make sure that I can get straight through B. And then do I want to reverse it in? Let's figure this one out. So through 1L, I guess. We'll have to see what's there. In all honesty, I'm going to have to figure out what is there. And then we've got... This is going to be interesting. Okay, I'm going to do this just because I'm not sure what is where. We're going to do this, come in through that passenger station, across there, and then it will go all the way around D5I. There we go, job done. And if I need to turn the train around, I'm sure I can. Where do I fill up though? Back there. So I would... Okay, no, I think I would rather reverse the train so that I can make it back. Okay. New plan. I'm going to go... B. I'm going to try and go that way, go down there. So for that, I need to be going through somewhere through here. So I'll figure out what to do when I get to this spot. I will then go bypass this bit, go all the way down here, get past this, and then reverse it in. And so it's just that one that will have to change. Then I can just go out and refuel and everything that I need to do. Yes, that seems like a smart thing to do. 70, 60, that's fine. I'm doing 50, so I can always accelerate just a touch since we do have an uphill climb here. Steel mill might have stuff in it. I've just realised. Coming in from there, going through B. Correct, correct, correct. Okay. This is probably a good thing that I've slowed down. Just so I can see whether or not it is clear straight through the middle. It is. Good. We are making good time. Almost 20 minutes into the mission, half an hour into the video, and I'll say we'll be at our destination in 10. How far are we? Yep, we're well over halfway there, and this bit is going to be much faster, which is exactly what I'm working on right now. So 50 through here, about to hear a ding. I think it's this that dings. Oh, didn't hear it. Going into 60. Please tell me that is set correctly. It is. Those do not show up on, so there are a few that do not show up on the map, and this is one of them. $60 into an 80, so continue accelerating. Fuel is going down, but that's fine. This is the last run on this. What is the top speed of this train? I have no idea. It says 90 on that, but maybe it'll tell me here what the top speed is. Top speed. No mention of top speed. Okay. Interesting. I am pushing it though. Doing over 50 miles per hour. Just. But I know there is a slowdown coming. So I'm going to keep a careful eye out for it. I have 100 here. In fact, my computer's struggling to keep up with the speed. That's how much speed we have. Not quite 60 miles per hour, but still. We're going to reach 50... Well, by the moment we're doing about 55 miles per hour, which isn't great. There's the 90, and then I think there's a 70 coming up, so I'm just going to go completely off the throttle here. And I'm fairly sure there's a 70 coming up, which is that curve there across the river. And then after that, it is the curve into the goods factory, so I've got to slow this train down. There's 80. 60. It's a 60 coming up. There we go. Brakes have worked very well for me. So after a bit of pushing the engine, pushing the locomotive to as fast as I could get to go, I have to slow it down because our destination is almost here. And that's the interesting thing about Derail Valley. Nothing is too far away. In all honesty, there's the 60, and then we have the split coming, which I'm going to get onto the brakes to slow down even further, because I think that is a 30 potentially. I think I'm keeping an eye out for it. No, it's a it's a 50. That's fine. I'm going to slow down more than that. We'll do 40 around it. That's fine. That 100 sign needs to change. And here we are, almost at our destination already. And it has been 22 minutes since I took the job. Add on an extra, well, it's going to take 3 or 4 minutes to get to the goods factory. Add in another 3 or 4 minutes to get myself into the correct location. So 8 minutes? 30 minutes for a 108 minute job. 30 minutes is all it is going to potentially take. So I'm expecting this video to be over in, well, what I will do is probably get the fuel and everything sorted before the end of this video. Now we do have a bit of an uphill slog to go through, but just for a short period of time. Nestled in between those mountains, that's where we are looking. Actually, I may not do the fuel, because if there is a shunting job available for this, which there will be, I could potentially do the shunting job, then grab the fuel, as opposed to grab the fuel, come back, so on and so forth. I'll see. I'll hand the let's hand it in first and see where we go from there. Just around this corner. There it is. So we're going to go under that viaduct, and then there is an exit out that side which is also under the same viaduct, I believe. But this is where I do have to be a little careful, because I have no idea what is in what bay. So that is the bit I do need to be careful about. Under 2 minutes to the destination. Just make sure the imaginary controllers and workmen at the yard know that we are arriving. What is there through this? This is all empty, actually. Oh no, that's what I need. That's what I was concerned about. There is something. I am going straight through. Okay, I'm going straight through. That is fine. It's a good thing I decided not to go through 2S. That just popped in out of nowhere. That is what I was concerned about. And then I'm going to peel off in that direction so that I can reverse this train into the yard. And whilst that is happening, I should probably... I've just realised what that bell is for, or what I can use that bell for. I will know where my train is just by listening for it. I need to check. D5I is completely clear, so that should allow me straight through. That will do. Okay, great. What locomotives are available here? A couple of shunters. Oh, the demonstrator of that, I'd rather not. Yes, that, now I've just found a use for that bell. And I'd be wanting to... That's coal, I do not need coal. Play chicken with the train. I'm assuming there's going to be some shunting job that involves grabbing these two. CBK3. No, they're two different ones. Oh no, wait, that's not part of the job. Here it is. SL30. 46. No, they are still two different jobs. Right, let's get this slowed down. How far around is this going to have to go? Probably really quite far. That will do. Please tell me that will do. No, that will not do. I need to budget forward at about another yard. That's annoying. That enough? That's enough. There we go. Right. Okay, you can be silent now. Let's get this train backed up. Good. That's going to go there and through there. Down there and into 5i. Great. Now, I need to figure out where exactly I fill up fuel whilst the train is backing up. So do I have to come all the way back? Aha! Here it is. This is a yard or maintenance shed. So we've got electricity, powertrain, wipers body, oil and diesel. There we go. Perfect. So this is where I'm coming next. Good. How's this looking? Pretty reasonable, actually. Keep it going. Probably should stop with the power. There we go. It is doing about 8 miles per hour, so... it's perhaps a little too fast for... actually, you know what I could do? No, I cannot seem to do it, but... if I was to stand up... well, now I'm apparently in... oh dear. That was not ideal. Apparently you can grab onto those ladders? Or do that, I suppose. No. I'm trying to... what I'm trying to do... no, it's not. It isn't working. Well, putting the handbrake on this, let's see if it can stop the train. That's a full handbrake on that. Can that stop it? It is stopping it. Good. Well, that works. Surprisingly better than I'd thought. Engine can remain running for now, it's fine. Let's go ahead and... where is it? Where's the station office? That's what I need to find. Station office is... that looks like it. Great. I hope I put this in the right spot. And... yep. 32 minutes is all it took. For 34,000. That's pretty good. Let's go ahead And we'll throw the report away. We haven't done any damage. I missed. There we go. Let's have a look at what the shunting job is for this. 9,000 to do that. What else do we have? 7,000 for that. It's just a single drop-off. That's not bad. That's got 2 drop-offs, so not quite as good. Food factory in town, machine factory in town, sawmill. So that's a shunting. That's no good. Oil refinery. There's no real good jobs here. Well, that's a shame. That really is a shame. Okay, since there are no good jobs and I'm not really going to do the shunting, let's finish off this video with getting this train moved out of here. Let's do that. And whilst the train is moving out, I'm going to go and grab my lantern. Where are you? There you are. Oops. Mine. So we'll get the locomotive out of here, get it past this spot again, and then we'll back it up, get it refueled and everything, and be done with what we need to do. And of course, because it is a loco on its own, I should be able to quite easily move it. That is a bit of a shame that there's not really any good stuff to move. I could just run away from here and then come back, and it would reset everything, which is useful. No, have I really done that? No, perfect. Alright, let's back this up. And back it up all the way into the garage, depot, hangar, whatever you want to call it. You could call it a hangar, but I don't think you call these things hangars. Submarines, they go in a hangar. Ships sometimes go in a hangar. Small boats go into a hangar. Trains, perhaps a depot. Maintenance depot, maintenance yard, something like that. That was the ding I was talking about. I suppose with the speed we were doing and the engine noise, you couldn't hear it at the steel mill, but that was the ding. Right. Easy enough. So this apparently halves. So whatever I'm going to spend now on fuel and maintenance, bear in mind that this is from 2 shunting jobs, 2 freight hauls, I believe. Yeah, 2 shunting jobs and 2 freight hauls. So that is not bad going whatsoever. Let's bring it into the yard at a much more respectable speed. After all, this is the sort of speed you would drive a car in to a yard at as well, or into a garage. You wouldn't zoom in at 10 miles per hour, 15 miles per hour into a garage. So is that close enough? Oh, I'm going to back it up a little bit further. That looks close enough. Okay, excellent. Right, let's shut this engine off and get this done. There we go. Right, let's hop out. Ah, that's how you use the ladder. There we are. I knew there was a way of using a ladder, so you just have to be lined up properly. Okay, let's see what we have. So, get some oil in. No sand. Oh, and yeah, really should plug the fuel in. Come on. Oh, it's click and hold. It's only the second time I've done this, so... tank's over here. Oh, that's annoying. Doesn't reach that far. That's really annoying. Yeah, I'm gonna back you up. There. That will have to do. Right. Now we'll plug it in. Should definitely fit now, there. Okay. Try and fill all that up again. Make sure that's done, that's done, that's done, and all the fuel. Good. And that's going to cost me in total 9,866. Done. Got that. I will... Come on. That's it. Put that back on here, please. Great. Electric charges not needed. That is done. I'll leave this here. And let's go and do the final bit, which is clear any remaining fees. 300. That's all that's left. Great. And with that, I'm going to end this video. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to click on the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Derail Valley. Leave a comment in the comments box below, letting me know what you think. Any suggestions you might have. If you can do so, please do consider supporting me on Patreon. Link in the description box below, as are links to my social media and Discord server. That is all from me. I have a question for those of you who are currently watching. Which licenses should I get next? So I've got Concurrent Orders 2, the Steam 060 engine, the Multiple Unit license, the 282 Steam Locomotive, the DE6, Hazmat 1, 2 and 3, or well, Hazmat, Military. Those are my options. Also, I'm fairly sure that's a mistake. Military 2. Fairly sure that's supposed to be 300,000, but there we go. And this is the amount of money I have. So I could potentially get the DE6 and another one of these. That's a potential, but we'll have to see. So yes, do let me know which ones you think I should get. That is all from me, and I shall see you next time. Oh, I can see the locomotive parked in there. Also had a lot of room. Yes, did have quite a lot of room. Anyway, yes, that is all from me, and I shall see you next time in Derail Valley.